Although Chapter 4 just released alongside Winterfest literally straight after being one of the biggest events of the year, it's safe to say everybody knows now it's come along with a ton of new things such as map changes, in-game items, the presents obviously that we can unwrap every single day, all 14 which we're going to be revealing not only in this video very quickly for those that don't know what's inside each individual present and what wrapping paper to choose to get each reward. As you can see by the title, we have other Winterfest secrets such as a 15th present like we got last year granted from Epic Games, and let's just say it's looking like it's going to be an insane reward this year. And as we approach 2023, there's so much going on in Fortnite right now, which is why it's vital you stick around until the end of today's video, as you also just witnessed a mirror get smashed, which means 7 years bad luck if you don't. I wouldn't risk it. However, very quickly before we dive into it all, one favour I ask of you guys, considering it takes 2 seconds and is 100% free to do, is enter my creator code FM1 3 digits inside the Fortnite item shop. As you guys know, this not only puts a huge smile on my face, but also cheers up Charlie the Charcoal Pug, who's been kinda sad about the fact he knows 70% of you watching right now are not subscribed. With that said, hit the big red button now, as we're on our first initial push to 3 million subscribers, and after all, it only benefits you, as I do give different subscribers every single day. So if you ever want to receive something, simply make sure you subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on, and then comment your Epic Games ID down below and let me know what you'd like to receive, so perhaps you could be gifted like this on screen in front of hundreds of thousands of eyes to see in the next video. But with that said, now enough messing around, there's so much to go over to do with Winterfest, Fortnite 2023 and the 15th present, so make sure of course you don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not, I'm sitting on my
Don't
back.
go anywhere.
First of all, the My Hero Academia collaboration is now in full effect within Fortnite, with them not only releasing a trailer to their YouTube channel showing not only all of the skins and cosmetics that are available in the item shop, but also the mythic abilities and even supply drops revamp now in-game for this limited time while the collaboration is live. It would be greatly appreciated if you happen to pick any of this up, again if you enter code FM1 in the item shop just before doing so. Just like the Kamehameha mythic from the Dragon Ball Z integration or collaboration, Deku's Smash, which was firstly shown in the Chapter 4 launch trailer, is not only here but insanely overpowered, and according to data miners, if you use the Deku Smash mythic while in the air during a shockwave hammer bounce the same time in the air, doing the mythic animation counts toward the challenge. Whilst we're on the topic of trailers too, and speaking of the crew pack as we go into January or the first one of next year 2023, as you can see from the background right now, Fortnite for whatever reason came out with this tweet and trailer stating or caption, "Always be prepared for the hunt," and many people are saying this literally proves that Fortnite could create a movie, or are calling this a Fortnite movie like cinematic based off how well it's been animated and put together, or just the overall aesthetics of it. Honestly, this is one of the best looking trailers in my opinion, and it's not of great importance. What do you think? This is also relevant to our next topic whilst we're on the topic of the crew pack overall, as Firemonkey stated the January 2023 Fortnite crew pack is codenamed Golden Guard. Many people seem to think and are posting videos about this potentially being this last reality looking like member from the Fortnite surveys. This of course fitting the criteria, as we know from the past they've put Fortnite skin surveys in as well the new Fortnite crew when it rotates, and of course I'm guessing this is going to get revealed or decrypted in the next few days, if not the next week, potentially with the release of a smaller downtime update V23.11, which would make sense to be coming around the time of Christmas Day, as last year when we tried logging in to get the free skin presents, or the days of which we could for the first time. Who remembers these server queues all the way back in Chapter 3 Season 1? And well, for this, Epic Games did grant us a 15th present, but we're going to be covering all of that in just a second. Instead of revealing that first, we need to go to the Winterfest Lodge. As you can see, I have one present available to open right now, and I bet you guys I already know what's inside based off what I'm about to reveal, and I know a lot of you may be confused considering the skin I'm wearing is actually the final present, which we're going to also be revealing how you can open right now early. So from going to the Winterfest Lodge, as you can see, we're not only welcomed, and yes, this is what it looks like when we do actually have Guff, you know, unwrapped this kind of sled ready version, although there's another one. Despite there being a ton of secrets in here that we can interact with, not only these bells once they stop playing, I'll cut to that in just a second. Boom, that disco ball comes out and there's loads of gingerbread men, but what's more interesting are these slices of pizza which grant us 10,000 XP each. Look at that. There's literally 3 of those scattered throughout the cabin, and you may be wondering, considering Guff is here right now, where's the other version that's glitched out? Well, as you can see, he's behind these set of presents near the fridge, and speaking of the fridge, if we open this every single day, but first let's get our 3rd slice of pizza. Boom, another 10,000 XP, and then 16,000 for completing the challenge, so make sure to do that if you haven't already. The last one is literally on the floor right in front of where Guff is sat right here. What's funny is even though we've already opened Guff, he's telling us to get away from his hand on the present, obviously contains him inside, but we've already opened. I don't know why this even happens, but of course from going over to the fridge, here's what it looks like today. There's no secrets inside or secret XP or things we can interact with, but just know the inside of this fridge is going to be different every day, or so we think so far, as these are the first 4 stages of the fridge what we've already seen. Whether they reuse them for a certain amount once we get to like 5 or something and keep repeating the cycle, physical? I guess we're yet to know, but speaking of what we do know, I bet you guys I know what's inside each of these individual presents due to this screenshot on screen right now that data miners and leakers have put together. Here are all the rewards on the left hand side right now, what's contained in each present, so as you can see from opening this one on my screen right now, I should definitely be getting a wrap. In 2019's Winterfest, the first one anyways, it depended on the sound when shaking, and also wrapping paper for what was contained inside out of potentially multiple free rewards that could be. So let's put that theory to the test now, and despite obviously shaking it, it makes a sound still, but it doesn't really determine anything, I guess. This is 100% going to be a wrap, and boom, we have a brand new wrap, the Slushy Sneak wrap, which I definitely think is very cool and clean looking. We're going to equip that to all our weapons, and just in case you're wondering why did I open presents on this left hand side, well, it actually has a lot to do with the next free skin, which I actually managed to see in one of my first cabins early, as you can see right here behind all of the pile of presents. Despite this being in this particular present right here, which is saved till last as it states, meaning or implying anyways we need to open all prior ones on this left hand side at least, just like we have in prior years. In order to actually open this one, as it does say save until last, we need to open these 4 highlighted on screen right now on the very bottom, so I only have 3 days to go until I can actually get my second free skin, as I already have Sled Ready Guff, which looks like this once you do get it on your account, which we're going to be revealing a tutorial for in just a second. Of course, that means if you've opened no presents, it means 5 presents need to be available to be unwrapped, which obviously then means the 5th one being this big final or save for last box. But of course, as for presents, everybody's going to be wanting this version of Guff, as a lot of people will be running around with the one in the item shop either on PC or through Nvidia's GeForce Now that's claimable, which happens to be Gringo Guff, and yes, this will be available until January 3rd when Winterfest ends, just like Sled Ready Guff. But here's how we unlock this particular last present right now. From going to the Winterfest cabin, firstly you need 1 present available, but don't worry if you've opened yours today, just wait until the next one. Anyways, to get Sled Ready Guff or the Arctic Adeline skin right now with only 1 present available, you need to head over to Discord and join this server called AKBot. Once you have, go to directly message the AKBot with .login, which it will then ask you to log into your Epic Games account, which is important you do this correctly and select the right platform you're doing it through. As you can see, I did PlayStation Network, and then once you've done this, don't close, you'll see a code between an equal sign and a closing speech mark that you need to copy and submit where it says submit code and log in. Once it shows you're logged in, simply type in .winterfest and it will allow you on this drop down menu to select whatever present you like, specifically being the Sled Ready Guff 1B at the very bottom. After selecting this and loading Fortnite back up, you will be met simply with the Sled Ready Guff skin already before it's available on December 25th, 2022. Epic Games did this last year for a Christmas present, literally Christmas Day, able to be open for the first time, the final skin being Polar Peely. However, even then they did add a 15th present, which we're going to be covering in a second, but first, as I briefly mentioned at the start of the video, a new update or smaller downtime update version 23.11, which obviously could contain a new cosmetic being the 15th present, but most importantly, as the Winterfest update last year brought a ton of New Year cosmetics that we're going to be rotating throughout the item shop in the game's files. From taking a look at everything unreleased currently in the game's files, there's no 2023 themed cosmetics, however big or small, anywhere to be seen. Of course, the new year, like always, is going to be celebrated not only within the item shop, but in game, and believe it or not, this event has already been leaked in terms of what it looks like. It's no different from any other prior year, with the disco ball falling down, counting down from 10, and then a firework display emitting. However, the only thing that has changed in the firework display itself is the number of the year we're entering, being 2023. For those that don't know, this plays every single time a new time zone of the world enters the new year, but it plays all around the world, if that makes sense, once this happens. So don't be surprised if you see this occur more than once, but in the prior years, obviously we would have had New Year's cosmetics able to be equipped or wearing once this actually goes down to celebrate it furthermore. And despite us already mentioning this being a reason for version 23.11 being added, moving on to the 15th present and potentially what cosmetic or reward it could be. As I've probably already showed on screen in this video, the 15th present that Epic Games basically gave all players who logged on during Winterfest in compensation for the inconvenience of servers going down and then up several times when a new present released each day, especially on the day again when free skins did, especially for Isabel or Polar Peely. They will already know in the back of their minds this is a large possibility to happen again once a free skin is available to unwrap for the first time. Whether that even be Arctic Adeline this year or the final present, Sled Ready Guff most likely, it's not determined what the reward or 15th present could be right now, or one that they even add just into the cabin, as there's so many more Easter eggs this year. It literally could be any of these cosmetics that are unreleased. Specifically what I want to see anyways, as I don't believe we'll be seeing a 4th free skin, as we already have Gringo Guff, Sled Ready Guff and Arctic Adeline, and even the PlayStation Celebration Pack skin, as these don't always come with skins, but in Chapter 4 Season 1 for this season it actually has. Considering last year's cosmetic was this pickaxe belonging to Madcap, which confirmed his rotation throughout the item shop in the near future despite being in the files for quite some time. If we apply that same context of a cosmetic in the file for years now that hasn't been released, it looks like to me that the unicycle emote, obviously waiting or sat there specifically for a time like this where Epic Games need to give out an emergency free reward, could be this 15th present. Drop a like on this video if you want a 15th present and subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on so that you don't miss any future updates or uploads on the matter. In terms of other videos, click this one I've picked out specifically for you on screen right now, but most importantly, hopefully I can catch you in the very next upload I do publish on the channel.